So round 2 of the Blancpain Endurance Series at Silverstone. It's a first win for the new McLaren 650S. It's a first win as a team for Von Ryan Racing, and first of all, it's a win for the first time on European soil for Shane van Gisbergen. How do you feel?
Pretty exciting, mainly just for the turnaround. We really struggled at Monza, team-wise and car-wise, and the improvement is massive for the car, and also the team procedures. Pit stops were amazing, team strategy. That's what won us the race.
How are you coping with all this travelling back and forth from Australasia to come and do European races? Are you feeling the jet lag at all?
Not after Champagne. It's all worth it, yeah.
But you're learning new circuits all the time, learning a new car, and to an extent a new discipline, because the V8 1,000-kilometre race at Bathurst isn't 3 drivers, for example, it's just 2.
Yeah, it's very different. This weekend was good not learning a car, just learning the track, and found myself more comfortable and able to push earlier. And yeah, and then in that stint I really had to save fuel the whole time for a really long stint. The tyres were gone and trying to keep the lap time, but yeah, pretty exciting. It worked out well. So
when the car came in at 40 minutes, did you think to yourself, have we done the right thing here, or did you just go with it and think, no, team knows best?
Well, we knew the numbers. We knew we could do it. That's why we committed early, and straight away, low fuel map, backing off halfway down the straight, trying to keep the motor out of the turbo and suck in the fuel. So, you know, it was hard. You just had to flow nice, and of course it was hard to pass being slow down the straights. But, you know, the lap time was good, and we just kept a nice lead.
Shane, well done. Congratulations. Now, Kevin, a great last stint from you, but perhaps one of the easiest stints you've done in a racing car. You didn't have that much pressure, did you?
No, yeah, that's the easiest stint which I've done. That's for sure. Pressure was there because when you're first, you need to stay clean and out of any contact in the traffic, and that's not easy. Even if you take care, even if I was really super easy on traffic, I had 2 or 3 moments with other cars which made some strange move. But at the end of the day, I had just to bring it back home, and that's what I did. It was pretty easy race after the magic job which Shane, the team, and Rob did.
How does this car compare against the MP4 12C? Is it radically different?
Well, you can still feel in the car that you're in the McLaren, but it's quite a lot different in terms of braking stability, entry stability in slow speed, and quite a bit more downforce. So it makes easier to drive. Especially, you really can feel it in a stint like this where I was not pushing at 100%. It's like easy to have really decent lap time, and in the 12C it was every time a bit tricky. You had to push hard to get some lap time.
And in your GT career, you've had a lot of different teams, a lot of different cars, lots of different co-drivers. How does this guy with a funny accent shape up?
He's really amazing. I mean, he has a mega talent. He come to a racetrack which he doesn't know with a car which he doesn't drive often, and be after 3-4 laps right in the pace. So he's learning really quick, and amazing car control, and everything went fine. And he had the toughest job today because he had to save fuel, and that was the key from the race. So really happy and glad to have him in the car, and Rob also. We spent the whole year with Rob together in sprint and endurance, and it's a cool pair. We are happy to be together, and now first victory of the car, of the team, of our driver lineup is really sweet.
Fantastic, Kevin. Well done. Shane, congratulations. We'll let you go and party. Go and start your celebrations. John Watson, what a race we've had. 61 cars started it. There was drama all the way through. But on a personal note, because I know you and Davey Ryan go back a long way, you must be really chuffed for your old mate.
Well, indeed. I think, first of all, I mean, when you've driven for the McLaren team, it's more than a team. It is a family. And you know, Davey's been running his own team, Von Ryan Racing, for a number of years, particularly with the MP4 12Cs. Didn't have a huge amount of success. This team now is of a different level. The quality of the driver lineup we've just seen with Kevin Estre and Shane van Gisbergen, and of course Rob Bell. I mean, that's top quality, top drawer teams. But for me, there was that little twinge of emotion about it, because you know, I've worked with Davey Ryan through my years at McLaren, and you know, we won some races. We had some also difficult periods, but you know, you don't forget the contribution that everybody in the team has made. Davey's no longer a part of the McLaren team as such, but is intimately involved. And Andrew Kirkcaldy, who's also a major part of the development of these cars, they've put together a solid team. And that was an illustration of what a good team does. And that's called, partly in my view, thinking on your feet, but executing it as well. It's one thing to say, well, should we do this? It's another thing, somebody has to make that decision. And of course, you live and fall by your decisions. They made the right call. They had to do a very long middle stint. Shane van Gisbergen did a brilliant job in saving fuel. Funnily enough, when you're in that saving fuel mode, although the car may not feel particularly brilliant to drive, you can still do amazing lap times because you get the rhythm, and the whole thing is finding that rhythm. And on a track today, we started with 61 cars, finding the rhythm was very difficult, but Shane van Gisbergen did a brilliant job and handed the car over to Kevin Esther to finish the race. I mean, you could almost say to Kevin, you sort of lucked into that one, didn't you, Kevin? Because they had done all the hard work. I wouldn't dare say it, but it was the kind of result. He knows that all he had to do was bring the car home safely. And again, he with a similar kind of drive, just plenty of time, think about his manoeuvres, no pressure to do anything. And even at different points in the lap during that 1 hour stint, the gap was ebbing and flowing. But you've got control of it. You know what you're doing. You've got the information being fed to you by the pits and by team radios. So a sweet, sweet victory. And I'm really chuffed for Davy Ryan, Von Ryan Racing. I think it's a great achievement, great accolade to what Davy's done for so many decades in McLaren, and also being a Kiwi himself. You know, so many of them came over in the era of Bruce McLaren, and he was a founder member of the team. And the history, it's just, you could write a book about Davy, and it's written through him like a piece of Bognor Regis rock.
And as you know, I have a special affiliation to Australian racing, and I think it's good that you've got Shane van Gisbergen coming to Europe and proving how good he is, because people perhaps wrongly perceive V8 supercars as a bit of a backwater, but here's a guy coming to European tracks that he doesn't know, and he's matching the lap times of the real stars that know the circuits intimately.
Well, I think it was very impressive. I mean, we saw him in Monza for the first time. As he pointed out, the car wasn't quite at the level of performance that has been here at Silverstone, but he is a quality driver. Make no mistake, he's got a future in racing in this part of the world. The trouble is, if you race in Australia or New Zealand in the Super V8s, those guys have got the potential to make really, really good livings. I mean, I know I had a chat with somebody recently, and some of them are earning 7-figure Australian dollars in earnings, and substantial figures. So to give that up, I mean, and living in Australia, New Zealand, fantastic. I mean, to come and race in Europe in any form of racing, where frequently you're asked to contribute, you have to pay to get in a car. He's got a wonderful series. He can have a lifetime there. He can do so many other things outside of directly driving the car. It's a big transition. Now, he might have the ambition or aspiration to say, I'm going to have a go at it because I want to see where I stand in the pecking order, the hierarchy of motorsport greats. He's got a great talent.
Another good British brand that had a good result at Silverstone is the Emil Frey Jaguar. And Jaguar is the key element of this, because on Silverstone's British soil, the big cat came home not just as a finisher, but on the podium. Now, you and I have talked about this car with all its travails over season after season after season. It's parked by the side of the road, the smoke coming out of every orifice. But this weekend, it's all gone right. And a podium finish for that team must be like a win for them.
Well, I think they were the happiest team. I mean, we're outside the winning team, but I think the Emil Frey Racing Team Jaguar, they were so happy. I mean, I was down in the Parc Fermé waiting to do some interviews, and the whole team were going nuts. And I was going, because I'd missed the final laps because I was making my way down. What's wrong with them? Have they won the race or what's happened? But honestly, to be on the podium in their class, I mean, a phenomenal achievement with a car that has been a difficult car. It's never really shown potential. Today it did show potential. The car looked really strong at good straight line speed, looked like it handled well, and they've now maybe found the foundation from which they can build onwards. And I mean, it's a one-off project, taking a long time, but the potential is there.
And everybody in the team, underlying team, has contributed to that, and that's why you have that great family atmosphere at the other end of the pit lane, because all those guys that have had the long nights trying to repair it finally today have something to celebrate.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, the essence of, in a sense, Blancpain GT Racing and Enduro or Sprint is it is, again, a part of a family. This team is maybe unique in its sort of construction, in that it's probably more personal than just family, which makes it all the more enjoyable to see those team members enjoying the celebration, enjoying the success that they've had. And they've worked long and hard, believe me. Up and down the pit lane, people work hard. They've worked extra hard to get that result today.
Final question, of course, we go next to Paul Ricard and a 1,000-kilometre race. Unusual that it's there. It's normally at the Nürburgring at the end of the season, but that's a different beast in itself from a 3-hour race that we've had here.
Yes, I mean, we've been to Paul Ricard for 3-hour races when they start just end of the dusk into darkness. This will be starting sort of middle 4 o'clock-ish and running all the way through till 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. So it's going to be a long race. I mean, it is essentially there as a prelude to Spa 24. It's to give the teams an opportunity to go from daylight into dusk, into darkness. And of course the temperatures, the ambience are going to be warm, probably warmer than they'll be in Spa. Anything is warmer than Spa. So it's a great opportunity for teams to get a dress rehearsal for the major event of the year, the 24 Hours of Spa-Francorchamps.
And so, the next round of the Blancpain Endurance Series at Paul Ricard could well spring up some more surprises and some more first-time winners as well. Paul Ricard is on the 20th of June. Remember, the Total 24 Hours of Spa is the weekend of July the 24th and the 26th. And the Nürburgring 3-hour race to end the season is September the 19th and 20th. Lots of great racing still to come. We've had plenty of it, though, here this weekend at Silverstone.